Filming live, El Campo, middle of the boondocks. Praise the Lord for T-Mobile Wi-Fi, 10 megabits download, 6 megabits upload. I've actually got you guys attached to my HP Slim laptop, foldable. The best laptop on the market, the Spectra. Got my microphone headset plugged in. Look at that. Got my phone in my back pocket. I don't know if you can see that. El Campo. Look at that. First Maranatha home built right there behind me. Look at that. Let's see who we have over here.
Hello.
Who do we have here?
Hello, hello.
We got Todd's here. We got Andre's here. This guy's over here talking about loans. See, recording. I'm recording. So
You're recording?
Yes, I'm recording. I'm eating chocolate coffee beans. We just stopped at the gas station and they had tons of chocolate covered everything. I'm gonna do a walkthrough from the beginning of the community so you guys can see the sign. This is actually a dead-end street, so there's no pass-through traffic over here.
I see that.
See all that land back there behind this particular parcel? It's about 14 acres for sale.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the guy that we got the lots from, that's his land too. So if we can build out this section, as you guys can see on the sign, then we could pick up the 14 acres, probably build another 30, 40 houses.
Thank you, brother. All right, I'll tell you when I get in.
No, because it says if...
This is the second Maranatha house.
Man, I got people that want to build on your lot. If we can do that.
We can do that too. Right now we're building on our lots, but a lot's a lot.
A lot's a lot.
Look at that. Stone fascia. Buenas. Buenos dias, señor. Hey.
Upgraded one, so let's see how much it is. I need to see it right.
Very open, a lot of natural light. So smaller than the last one that we sold.
A builder that's building in the 170 and
Sheetrock is up. The porch is pretty deep too. I like it.
Okay, I'll put your number on Boulevard.
And it's actually smaller than the other one.
And then 308.
Lots of lighting going in here.
No, don't do the free. What is the upgrade? How much does that charge?
Nice. Covered back patio.
How much? Down there at the bottom. What does it say?
390, 389.
Oh, well, if we want to see this, then you got to pay that.
All that land back there available.
If you do the free, you won't see it.
Go ahead. Let me go get the laptop.
Oh, it's just for one day. You can do it just for one day.
So much more land to build. Look at that. Brick on the back, sides, stone fascia on the front. Give it that Texas country ranch feel. Small, affordable homes out in rural El Campo, Texas. Uh-oh, getting feedback.
Yeah, we're going to check our meeting. It's us. Okay.
Almost no hardy plank siding on these houses, folks.
You paid for it?
Mm-hmm.
And you did the share your screen and all that, right?
Electricity and all that.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's already there. Yep. There are already previous structures there. So they're on. So you can just start building. Hello, how you doing?
His mom was like, yeah.
How you doing?
Look at these doors. Good Lord, how tall are these doors?
Yes, these are 8-foot high doors.
Man. So now that I got you, I'm recording this so other people that didn't make it can see it. So go ahead and tell them about this particular property, why you're building it, if it's on contract, what's it all about.
So this home is 1,835 square feet. This is the second home that we built in Dove Meadows, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, open concept. What we did with this home, we bumped up the ceilings. It was designed for 8, then I bumped them up to 9, and then before we started framing, I wanted to make this home a little bit more special, so it would move a lot more quickly, and we bumped them all the way up to 10 feet. So we've got, for instance, in this room, which is the family room, dining room, and the master bedroom, we have tray ceilings that go from 10-foot to 11-foot ceilings. We went under contract just about a month and a half ago, even before we had sheetrocked everything. So we were able to work with the buyers on the finishes. They selected the flooring, all of the bathroom finishes, granite, backsplash, and they're also going to be able to select the wall color as well. So we have it on the market. We had it on the market for $252,900, and we just got the appraisal back yesterday at $255,000. So
nice.
Yeah. And one of the comps that they did use for this appraisal was the first home that we sold 2 months ago. So we were able to set the benchmark there with the appraisal on this one and all the appraisals in the subdivision moving forward.
Yeah. So how much price per square foot?
We're pricing them between $130 and $135 per square foot. And our build cost is, in this subdivision, it's going to be right at about $98 to $100 per square foot, I'm calculating. And with each new construction, we're going to be able to bring that down a little bit more and more as I negotiate with contractors and then just understand some of the intricacies of the costs that are involved.
So,
yo, Robbie.
So if we have investors and we can build multiple houses at the same time, what you're saying is we can get the construction, labor, materials at a better cost.
We can get, absolutely, because we'll have over in the subdivision that we're going to be building in here in El Campo, about a mile away on a street called Shimmick. We have 4 that are going to be very similar, and we're going to be starting 2 at a time in that subdivision. So we're absolutely going to be negotiating with contractors on those homes.
Okay. The person who bought this particular property, how did they find it? Like, you already started, so you spec'd it out and then got somebody on contract. So how did that person?
So this was a spec home. We were an at-risk builder on this one and our first home. And moving forward, we're going to have several financing strategies. We're still going to be an at-risk builder. And then we'll also be able to get folks financed, buyers financed with a one-time construction loan as well for VA, FHA. And then we're also going to have build on your own lots buyers as well. We've got a family we're working with right now that is going to be building. They have almost 20 acres and they're going to replat some of the land just to build their home on. It's going to be about a 2,200 square foot home, gorgeous home, outside of the El Campo city limits. So we've already gotten them preliminary numbers and hoping to break ground on that home in about 2 to 3 months. They want to be in by Christmas time.
Awesome. So this particular home, you're putting stuff and features in these homes that aren't like a lot of the production builders.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
so
Yeah, because we have our in-house interior design team. So we actually met with this family at the conference room at the Regis office there in Sugarlands and went through all the finishes, gave them some selections, and then they honed it down from there. And you're not going to get that kind of attention, and especially with some of the upgrades that other production builders present. I was in up 99 in Richmond, and the amount that they were charging for their upgrades, as any of us know who are in the industry, is extremely inflated. So we were very realistically priced with the upgrades that we were offering on this home, even though we sat down with them personally and gave them personal selections.
yeah. So, but even at $139 per square foot, obviously there's things in here like, you bumping up the ceilings to 10 feet, putting brick, 3 sides, almost no hardy plank siding at all, and putting a stone fascia on the front. So if someone says, well, man, you guys are selling for $139 a square foot, how do we justify that? Yeah, we're putting awesome upgrades on the inside, but comparing it to a production builder, like what are some of the other features?
Yeah, I mean, as a production builder, what you have with them is you have limited elevations, you have limited floor plans, and we're able to build a semi-custom home for our clients. We're able to tweak some things here and there, as you were saying, with ceiling heights, brick selection, and even though it's not a custom home, this is an incredible price per square foot for what you're getting with the selection.
So for example, that back patio, let's go out and look at it, because this is something you typically really don't see on a production home, and this thing is like enclosed.
$10,000 to $12,000 upgrade.
Look at the size of this enclosed patio.
And when we're finished, you'll see the size of the fan that's going to go out here. This isn't going to be your podunk little fan that you'd be getting with any production builder. It's going to be an 84-inch diameter fan, exterior fan. So that's going to really move the air. We're going to have a 72-inch fan in the living room. Everything comes standard in this home and all of our homes LED fixtures. So you're not going to be fighting the heat and the cold with the incandescent lights and the AC during the summertime and have this extraordinary electricity bill.
Now I'm going to step back so they can actually see the size.
Bricks.
Now the lot size, so that's another thing that a lot of people don't know about, the price of a home. What is the lot size of these properties out here?
Standard lot size is 8,625.
8,625 square feet.
Generous lot. And we've got some premium lots here in the Dove Meadows, corner lots and the cul-de-sac lots that are over 10,000 square feet.
Wow, 10,000 square feet lots. Most production builders now, probably you're going to get a lot that's probably 6,000 square feet or smaller.
Or pay a huge lot premium if it's anything over 6,000 square feet. All these are low E windows. We have radiant barrier, blow-in fiberglass insulation, rock wool insulation in the walls, high efficiency carrier air conditioning units with R8 ductwork, and all comes as standard. We're not cutting any corners there.
Good deal. Now let's walk around to the side and we'll walk down the street and get a look at the first house you built.
Yeah.
From the outlook. Or can you go through the back?
We'll walk this way. Oh, no, let's go around the back side here.
We're going to take a look at the first Maranatha home, finished product. Residents already moved in. So this land we're walking right here, this is what, 14 acres, right?
This is 14 acres, it's available. We've had some preliminary conversations with the owner. He's actually going to be coming out here today to meet with all of us. And it's ready for development. Utilities have to be built out, of course. City of El Campo, I've spoken with them, and they've provided me the plans for incentives on development. So if we do acquire it and after we build it out, we can get reimbursed by the city for a lot of those costs.
So what we're doing now is opening up an opportunity for friends, family, investors to invest in the first set of homes, with the hope that if we were able to pick up a big piece of land like this and crank out how many homes? 40, 30, how many?
It would be more than 45 homes.
45 homes. You guys that are watching, you have any questions for Brad that I could relate to him? All right, here we go. Man, they put a pool in, huh?
Yeah, pool did not come standard feature. He had that after the
wow.
fence, as well as the fence. So with everything else you see, he also built the garage back there as well.
Nice.
We had a special deal for the first-time buyer of one of our homes, and we did include an additional lot that he built that garage on.
Nice.
We've got our production down to about 4 months from the time that we can have plans approved to the time that we can have it completed.
Now, did he go and put his own landscaping in?
Yes, he did. We had it landscaped, with basic landscaping, but he had a very particular flavor.
Got the wraparound porch. Looks like he's getting his sod put in. Yeah, he did it really nice. Yeah, our marketing on that house, people were just going crazy over the design of that house.
And we've got another one that's going to be about 1,800 square feet. That's going to be similar in style to this. We'll be putting it over on this side of the street. This side of the street, I don't know if you guys can see the pile of dirt down there. We have those lots from there. It's a cul-de-sac street all the way down to the end of Lynn Street where it intersects Norris right there at that next stop sign. That's 13 lots that we have to build on over here.
Very nice.
There were 3 homes that were existing before we acquired the land, and we want to make sure that we have a lockdown on all the land so we can control the comparables and the appraised values, of course.
So you were saying that in the Sugarland office, you sit down with people, go through the floor plans and, different types of upgrades and things like that. So do you have a set amount of floor plans, or if they wanted to build something that they design, how does that work?
What we do is we sit down with them. Well, before we even sit down with them, we ask them what they're looking for. And sometimes they'll have some plans online that they may have found, or they may have been working with an architect as well. If they have done neither, then we have a designer, Tony Freeman. He was the one who put together and tweaked some of the designs for these homes that we're building right now. Shout out to you, Tony, thank you. And he will work on some of the plans based on the needs and the wants of the families.
Nice.
Yeah. And again, you can't do that with a production building. No way. You'll be lucky if they offer additional bathroom, losing some of the garage space, or maybe a bonus room on top of the garage. But they'll never sit down with you and work with you on an actual floor plan.
Yeah, come on this side. There's a car coming by here. If you guys are online watching, you have any questions for Brad, go ahead and let me know. I'll relay it to him. So what type of financing are people getting out here on these houses?
I'll have to ask Todd with the interest rates. The folks who are buying this one, I believe, have them locked in at about 4 1/4, if not a little bit less, on an FHA loan. Actually, no, you know what? I think it's a conventional loan that we've got it in on. But all of these homes also qualify for USDA financing if the buyers qualify. So this is 100% USDA zone.
So for right now, since we're building on our lots, we're using personal money to do construction and money from people that are looking to invest. So that means that if someone wants to build down here, they don't have to take out the construction loan for right now, right?
Correct.
So that's why we're doing this little Skype meeting for those that want to invest in construction, to be able to help someone to realize their dream of home ownership. And so not only are you going to get a return, but you're also helping someone to obtain home ownership. I don't know too many companies out there that you can invest in the future of someone else. You could probably, as a realtor, go sell a Lennar home and probably help that person realize the dream, probably put a little bit of money in your pocket. But I don't know too many opportunities where you can actually plant a seed in these homes that are being built and be able to change somebody's lives.
Now, is the money realized at the end of at closing, or is this on a year basis? How are y'all doing that?
Okay, so Robbie's question is, if he invests, is the return given back at the close of the property, or is it at the 1-year term of the promissory note?
We can do it either way. And when I sat out this morning, because the construction is going to be finished before the 12-month period, so that would be a lower rate of return. And it's risk reward. So if anybody's going to be investing with us for 12 months or longer, we're going to provide a higher rate of return at 10%. Anything below that will be 8%. But we can arrange it for either way. Absolutely. And anybody who does invest for a 12-month period or longer, they are going to have preferred ownership in the company when the company is actually formed with shareholders.
Nice. You guys have any other questions?
No. So there's plans. So if I have a client that does want to build,
as far as our next phase is, we're going to
in the city, that's a possibility.
Probably at the end of this month, we're going to be breaking ground on the next one on this side of the street. And then shortly after that in May, we've already got a buyer for the lot next to the cul-de-sac lot down there. We're going to be listing her home here in El Campo. And then once that sells, she's going to be paying cash for that home. And then we're going to be starting 2 homes on the Shimmick lots that we've got. And those are going to be very similar styles, but that's going to be a slightly lower price point. I want to target that at about $220,000, which is going to be about $110 per square foot. But that's going to be a sweet point too, because there's no homes on the market in that price range. So we imagine that we're going to get quite a bit of interest on those.
Okay, so Robbie had a question. If he has a buyer that has a lot in the city, and we're going to build for that person, he can still invest in that particular project as well.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Absolutely. You got that, Robbie?
Got it.
Okay. Now, here's a question.
And Robbie, that will relate to their financing, because if they can get the loan up front with the one-time close, that there wouldn't be a need for an investment in that case. And that takes the load off of us as the builder to, as far as the risk involved. So we would like to go that route, because that's probably going to be the best route for us as the builder, and then also for the buyer as well.
Okay, so what he's saying is we don't own that lot in the city, so it's very risky if we were using our own money to build. So if it's not something that we already own, the lots that we already own, it's more risky. So probably we prefer that we can get that client approved for a one-time construction loan, so then we don't have to use our capital to do it, because it becomes more risky because we don't own that lot.
Yeah. And Todd at Gateway, he's got a 10% down conventional construction loan.
Okay.
And there's some certain requirements there. 680 credit score. If your DTI is, trying to recall, if it's greater than 0.42, I think you need 6 months reserves. If it's less than, you need 3 months reserves. But it's a pretty straightforward program that he's got.
Okay, so what is this deal we were talking about the other day? The city of Houston had what, like 365?
344, I think it was.
344 lots?
And those are in, we'll call them up-and-coming areas, but still with the demand that we see in the city of Houston and the price points for starter homes, if we can get some in the subdivision, down the street from each other, a few blocks away, just as long as it's not a dangerous neighborhood to build in, I think that there's some great opportunities there to get into that price range of $150,000 to $180,000.
But you said to get on a list, we have to prove that we've already built and closed 10 homes, right?
Right, and that's if their parameters are strict and their criteria. But I think that if we can show that we've been building and we provide the other paperwork with financials showing that we're a low-risk builder, that we'll get accepted to the program. Because there's a whole application process that you have to complete with the city of Houston. I actually reached out to the director of planning for the city of El Campo, waiting for the response back, because I'm sure the city of El Campo has a scenario where they unfortunately inherit some lots too that have been vacated or taken back through the taxes. So want to find out what they've done with those lots, or if they have a similar program with them.
Good deal.
Good. I like it.
Now I have an awesome idea.
What's that?
What if we could get more experience, build our portfolio up by offering new home programs agents who go out and buy lots that Maranatha can build a home at a very good price, so that we could build our portfolio, because I know we have a lot of agents right now that have a lot of equity in their house right now, and they're all saying they want to move out to the country or be more rural. So what about that?
That would be a possibility. They could own the lot and find the buyer for the home, and we can work with them on the design.
So we're talking about somebody like me that has equity in my house, and then I know for a fact in probably less than 24 months I'm heading to the country. So I could put my house on the market, take out all that cash, use Maranatha to build me a home, probably somewhere up in Conroe at a very good price. Nah, brother, it gets flooded out down here. No way. I got to go north.
Yeah, this is a flood zone, but there's no flood issues. They had no issues the last 2 years when we had some pretty heavy rains, and plus we elevate the homes so that they're above the need for any kind of flood insurance.
I'm headed towards
Closer to Dallas.
Yeah, I'm trying to get closer to Canada, not Mexico.
Right.
So yeah, take out some home equity loans on your home, on your homestead residence, and then you can invest it. So put it into something that's going to have a much higher rate of return instead of your non-liquid asset, which is your home.
There you go.
Because you get to write off that interest that you're paying on that home equity loan as well.
All right.
Yes, sir. Hey, if it's about flipping properties and building stuff, Brad's the man. He's been doing this ever since I've known him, and that's probably been like 12 years.
Got it.
Great flip properties coming up too. We're closing on one next Friday. Hopefully we'll be closing on another one a couple weeks after that, as long as we can get some airship affidavits. Best flip properties are the ones that are the hardest to get closed. So those are going to be the most profitable.
Man.
So if you put a lot of work up front with the acquisition of it, you're going to realize that on the return.
Now, I saw you had a third one in MLS, but I don't see any breaking ground.
Nope. That's the one that's going to be over here. That's going to be 2004 Lynn Street. That's going to be just over 2,300 square feet. It's going to be 4-bedroom. 2 bath right now is on the plans, but I think that we're going to squeeze a half bath in off of the kitchen.
And that one's in MLS, which means it's in Boomtown. So if you go to my listings in Boomtown, you should be able to see that one.
So that's the one that we're planning.
And if you need help,
on at the end of this month.
Robbie says if you need help,
I've got a guy that can do the 3D tours of the.
he's got a guy that can do 3D
plan.
tours of the plan.
Of the plan. He could take the plan and make it a virtual reality without
Make it a
any
virtual
wall. He just
reality.
needs a plan.
He just needs to plan.
Okay. And just based off of drawings?
Off the drawings, and he's
Off the
he
drawings.
does the CAD 5 or the CAD drawings, whatever the AutoCAD.
AutoCAD.
That's something we're able to do as well is sit down with the client and design with them in real time, move walls, show them different perspective views with the software that we have, that we invested in.
And what's the deal if we're building specs and another realtor finds our deal on MLS? So what are we doing for these guys?
It's still 3% commission. The Deweys who are buying this home, they came to me directly, but the gentleman who bought the corner home there, both of his daughters are actually agents in Austin, so they got the 3% commission for bringing their pop to the deal.
Nice. And then what we're doing for the closing costs for like military and veterans
We've got
and
incentives there as well. So bring your law enforcement, your firefighters, your VA clients to us, and we'll help out with closing costs.
And if you got your Veterans United buyers, we've already spoke to them and said, listen, give us all your buyers in this area. We're building homes, so we're going to honor the Veterans United financing. So they like that idea. So hopefully we'll be getting more of those referrals coming over. Well, I saw another guy come up in the house over there. I don't know if that was the owner of the land back there. Over at this house over there.
Oh, I don't know.
Older guy. Well, is there anything else you guys got for Brad? And you sent them out that prospectus to everybody? Okay.
Are there any options for a mutual investment where I just typed up a question where maybe agents don't have $20,000 to invest, but maybe they have $5,000?
Especially with the folks who have initially invested on this endeavor right here.
Okay, so Robbie was asking a question. He said that there's some people that may not even have like 20,000 to invest. Maybe if they had like 5,000, like what is the limits? How does that work? Like the amount? Is there a minimum?
You know, on this, I've been stating that $10,000 is a minimum. We probably could make some exceptions for folks who had 5,000, but nothing less than 5.
Like maybe you had 20 agents, and the 20 agents each put 5,000 in, so for that one investment, they could get there.
Okay, so what he's saying, if you had like 20 agents and each one had 5,000 and they kind of like pooled their money just really is, you know, because the return on 5,000 is not going to be tremendous. So what you're saying is probably they just want to be part of something.
Yeah. And the thing
Yeah, so they could be the owner and have ownership later on.
$1,000, if it's just sitting in a bank and you get your little tax statement at the end of the year, you will have gotten probably about $1.25 on that or something ridiculous. And
no, I was just thinking for the ownership part, not necessarily for the
So Robbie,
investment
he's
part.
thinking about, because you mentioned something about later in the future there could be ownership opportunities and share. So,
you know, with the ownership opportunity, if somebody initially invested in the space and they wanted to step up to the game when that opportunity came with $10,000 or more, because there's we're going to have to meet criteria for what is considered an accredited investor, so we're going to have to really
so we don't have guidelines for that yet.
yeah. So
Okay.
there's
No, that's just a quick question. I was just thinking of other agents that we might be bringing on.
off the streets to invest in the
Yeah.
company.
So what we're doing is like phase one. If you have a bunch of money left over, instead of sitting in your bank, and you want to be bumped up to an investor, there's an opportunity for them to invest, make a little bit of money, you know, build that teamwork, camaraderie. You know, the goal is to test them now to see if they're willing to team up with us, so that when we do go into bigger projects and we're needing bigger lumps of money, that these guys will have faith and trust, and because they're part of the process. So that's what we're trying to do now is, you know, get people in, not at 100,000, 300,000, but, you know, whatever you have, so that we can start building that trust with one another, so we can, you know, do bigger things in the future. So that's how I would sell it.
One of our agents' dads has invested with us twice, and then he just called me last week saying, hey, I've got $25,000. You ready for me? And so that's the third time that he's going to invest. We returned his money each time that he invested in the company and the endeavors. The Behanics have invested with us with their company. The Dimers, Misha, thank you very much, and your mom. So we greatly appreciate that. My parents. So it's all been friends and family that have invested with us up to this point. And we're looking to invite the team of realtors. You know what New Home Programs is about, and Maranatha Homes is of the same blood.
Yep. So no need to go out there and invest in a $40,000 lease car when you could take that money and put it in something you're going to get a return for.
Or an unknown stock, or a very low rate of return bond. We see this when you invest in a company at the ground level, and years down the line, you see the returns that these folks get, and we just hope and dream and pray that the same thing's going to happen with Maranatha Homes. So this isn't going to be a onesie-twosie building company. This is going to be something that we're going to be doing by the 2s and 3s, then by the dozens, and then hopefully by the hundreds.
There you go. And there's no reason we can't do that. We've got over 4,000 people in the database. We got 40 professional sales agents here in the city. And we sell everybody else's products, so why wouldn't we be able to sell our own product, especially when we got skin in the game, because we're investing in our own products.
The developer is saying that they need assistance with teachers in the area, and they haven't been able to be in the area because they don't have where to go.
Yeah.
And so I was just talking to him, and he says now that we have someone that is willing to actually build, then we can actually develop this area and bring the need of the teachers and the other professions that are needed in the area.
I think we need to have like an emergency meeting with the school board and say, tell us how many people you need to hire, and let's go ahead and start matching them up with homes now, and we'll get it under construction. You guys get them on the contract for the salary, put them in short-term rentals, and we'll have their house done in 6 months.
Yeah. Oh, police and firefighting as well. They're opening up a new police station
Waiting to
just a
hear
mile
about
away.
the information, so I didn't know you guys were talking all of this.
Oh yeah, we were just going over everything.
Yeah, they were standing by trying to hear about the money and everything, so I'm like, I don't know where they went. So.
Oh yeah, because we got people online, and I'm recording this too. So.
You should have let them know to follow.
Well, what we're going to do is we got some people that showed up locally. We're going to go ahead and talk to them, guys. So, if there are any more questions that you guys have, because I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast so we can sit down and talk with Andre and Todd Bezzicato. Any other questions?
Okay.
Robbie, Teresa, anybody else on?
No, we're good.
You
We're good.
Yep. All right.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the warm weather. We have snow flurries here in Ohio.
Look, it all started right there. Little rinky-dink real estate company, newhomeprograms.com. Even had the little Christian fish. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We'll holler at you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.